Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to this here episode of the FN Hangout, hosted by the Degen Roundtable. My name is Will Stevenson. I'll be your host for tonight. We're taking over this ship, baby. RG3 is no longer running this show. I'm going to be your captain. I'm going to be joined by my fantastic first mate, Mr. Zenith of the Degen Roundtable, Degen Roundtable. Mrs. Producer, if you would be so kind as to bring up my fantastic co-host. And not only do I have Mr. Zenith, but I also have Mrs. Producer herself, as well as her lovely Mr. Producer, Mr. Nate McGettit. So why don't we all just go ahead and hop on screen, give ourselves a quick little introduction. We're taking over the show for tonight. This is going to be the Degen Roundtable presented FN Hangout. For the folks at home who have never heard of any of us before, again, my name is Will Stevenson. I'm an iron worker. I travel the states and I do podcasts with these guys on the Degen Roundtable at these times over on the Degen Roundtable YouTube. I'm also joined by Zenith. He's one of the other hosts on the Degen Roundtable. He talks about macroeconomics and he does other such cool things. Mr. Nate McGettit down there. He's an excellent gentleman who is good at inserting himself into other cryptocurrency communities and finding out what the general zeitgeist is and what's going on in the world of people talking to each other. And Mrs. Producer is clicking the buttons, transferring the cameras, bringing up the chat shoutouts, and just doing an altogether fantastic job. We just got done doing book club over on the Degen Roundtable channel. I suggest you guys check it out. We covered Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince, hosted by none other than this man, Mr. Zenith himself. It was a fantastic show. We had great fun. What's new and exciting with you, Mr. Zenith, for starters? Then we'll toss it over to Nate and Mrs. Producer.
Well, I mentioned to you guys in the other green room, not this green room, but the one before that, I recently had a bit of a life achievement.
Oh.
Although that's putting it kind of mildly. It's golf. I played a round of golf, and I absolutely crushed it. We ended up shooting a 79. That's 7 over par. But the important thing was I have retired my first golf ball. That's right. I played an entire 18 holes and did not lose this bad boy right here. I'm a big fan of the Bridgestone Tour BXs. It is their tour style ball, but I'm also a bit of a broke boy, and I do the refurbished balls instead of just buying them new to, save some money and pretty much double the amount of balls I can buy. Yeah, I'm getting ready for Vegas. So, folks, I hope to see you guys at the Pulse Masters Golf Tournament in Las Vegas, March 10th, I believe. So yeah, we're capping off PulseChain Tour Las Vegas with a golf tournament, and I will be there. Will's going to be joining me, and we are going to be killing it in our foursome. We have one open spot left, so we'll see if I can maybe snag a local retired PGA pro that lives in Vegas, but we'll see.
Hell yeah. We're also joined by Mr. Nate McGettit. Nate, broski, what's new and exciting with you, amigo? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm just enjoying these green candles, man. My Hex, obviously, it's going wild. You got the PulseX going up and Ink is going up. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm making a lot of money off of these farms. If you're not in the farms, what the heck are you doing? I mean, come on, y'all. That's exactly what we got to do, man.
Yes. Come check out this Richard Hart ecosystem. Things have been going great. This past month, just all the green candles, we're finally seeing some push up from the bottom that we've been making, and the price action is doing great. I'm sure that I know there's a gentleman. Yep, there he is, Mr. Melvtoni, bringing up the prices as he always does on the FN Hangout. Shout out to you, Mr. Melvtoni, with all your price action updates. This guy is a fucking stud, so shout out to you. We've also got one more panelist we're going to introduce, Mrs. Producer. How are you doing, ma'am? How is life? What's going on? What's new and exciting with you?
It is ma'am. Didn't work, darn it.
It is ma'am.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you were going for the GameStop reference, but
the
I
memes,
got you.
Yep,
I got you. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I actually really hate being called ma'am. It makes me feel like an old person. But
Oh,
anyways.
no kidding. All right, well, I'll have to do it more often then. Excellent. We love being agreeable.
Never mind, I love it. It's my favorite thing ever. Please do it as often as possible. But no, I'm doing great. We just had a great book club. A lot of fun talking about a 500-year-old book. That's how old it was, right, Z?
Yes, ma'am. Written in 1513, popularized in 1532.
I gotta say, Z, you love those. He's another French person, right?
Well, he's Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
What?
darn it. You mentioned something about French while we were talking there, and I was like, oh, all these French historical books. But I guess maybe it was something else that you mentioned.
Look, never give me an opportunity to shit on the French, because I just might. For anybody out there that's a UFC fan, Renato Moicano, aka Money Moicano, or in his latest fight, the politically motivated Moicano, gave a very, very based post-fight press conference or post-fight speech in the octagon. I want to say it was the one-eyed guy. Oh, I'm gonna get roasted for that one. But he was the one instead of Joe Rogan that was over there. And Moicano was like, "Look, I came to France and I wanted to talk shit. France has good people, but your government is the worst."
Yeah.
Hey, he's one of my favorite fighters right now.
The French think the same thing. The French are rioting all the fucking time, man. Like these last several years, the French have just been throwing chairs and like stomping out police raids and doing all sorts of craziness.
True, but we were not asked to come on a guest hosting stream and talk crap about another country.
You know, there is something about that. We love our frogs. You guys are great. You make some excellent baguettes. I love you guys over there. I hope you're all doing fantastic over there in France land. But let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on. So in the very near future,
I like that.
These Discourse Syndicate fellows, RG3 and SJ and Black Hexican and whoever else heads up the PulseChain tour, we're going to be all heading over to New York City to hang out. And I'm pretty sure that the four of us on the panel, we're also going to be heading over to New York City. So what's your guys like? What are you looking forward to when we go over there? Obviously, we're going to hang out and we're gonna do some degeneracy. We're gonna be how should I put this? We're gonna be enjoying our time in New York City. But what's some things that you guys are looking forward to over there? You looking forward to the trial? You trying some tourist stuff? Like what's on your mind?
Dude, I want a slice of New York style pizza.
Oh my God, you took what I was gonna say. You
really? Pizza?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You go to New York and you're gonna get fucking pizza? Come on.
Yes. What are you on about?
It's fucking pizza, bro. It's dough, tomato sauce, cheese.
Whoa.
Pepperoni.
The pizza is literally different. It's one of the reasons why East Coast, I hate admitting this, but unfortunately, when East Coast pizza is done properly, it is actually better than pizza anywhere else in the US, especially wood fire, oven cooked pizza. The reason being is that the literal grease and oil has been baked into the oven itself. It gives it a flavor. It gives it an aroma. It's like when you smoke a meat, the smoke is the thing that infuses the flavor. When you cook it in the oven, part of the oven is literally infused in the flavor. It actually tastes different. Granted, it's subtle, so I'm going to understand if you don't appreciate it or even notice it, but I'm just saying, I love a Brooklyn style slice because it's nice and wide. I can fold it. I like pepperoni because I think that's the way to do it. You fold that, you put some crushed red pepper on it, and you slam it down, and that is chef's kiss. Ooh, and the bottom. The bottom is a very important part because when you do it in the wood-fired brick oven pizzas, you can literally get that thing up to like 900,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It like flash cooks it. It cooks it in a way where you actually get the bottom of the dough crust to cook properly. You get that beautiful leopard spotting. And you melt the cheese without releasing all of the grease. Notice, one of the things that happens when you try to cook pizza at a home oven is that if you leave the pizza in there for too long, which you have to do to cook the bottom, unless you have a pizza stone or a pizza steel, by the way, shout out to everybody that has one, you'll notice that the cheese actually starts to like separate between cheese and grease. If you can cook it fast enough, you can prevent that. So that's why you got to use the high temp, wood-fired brick oven pizzas of New York. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, baby.
All right, friends, we've got a lesson on pizza happening over here. This is exciting. I wanted to come in here and just make this little statement. When Nate and I traveled out to see Will in New Hampshire, we drove across 9 states. I don't remember what they were, and I'm not going to try and remember what they were, but I do remember one of them was Chicago. And on the way back, we stopped. We met up with a gentleman named Frank, who's fantastic, and he introduced us to Chicago-style pizza. I gotta say, what Zenith is saying.
No. What's the style of Chicago-style pizza? Because by the way, there is a. Nope, incorrect.
Oh, okay. Well, see, we got more education coming in about pizza, guys. Oh well, you just
tavern style jardinera pizza. That is the Chicago way.
All right. So, but we had pizza out there. It was fantastic. That was the one thing that we had to try. So
the deep dish is good though.
Zenith's deep love for pizza here. I get it. The one thing we on the way out, we tried nothing. Like the only place we went out to was that burger place we went to in Twinkie. Other
Yeah.
than that, on the way back, we had the pizza, and that was it. We spent like a whole week traveling through 9 states, and no, we did have chicken wings too. Forgot about those.
And like the whole
Um,
time you just ate like what, like crumbs that you found in between the sandwiches or something? Like, how the fuck did you guys survive?
We had buffalo wings. We did go to Buffalo, had buffalo wings on Niagara Falls,
There you
but
go.
yeah.
There you go.
And it
Okay.
was fantastic. Brendan was the one who suggested it. Shout out to him because it was so good.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Niagara Falls is a worthwhile stop.
Yeah.
oh my God, it's gorgeous. But other than
It's
that,
a
Will, we
big
we
waterfall.
mostly had trail mix. We got some trail mix with us and just chowed on that in the car.
Y'all are fired.
Fine.
That's all I
To
gotta
be
say.
fair, we
You guys
had
are
less
fired.
than a week to
No
travel.
more
to and back
culinary
from.
experience for you. Jeez Louise. Oh man. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff that exists, man. You could. Oh, I'm trying to. So like between like the Chicago deep dish, that's good that you stopped and did that. Um, I would recommend Donato's. There's also some great like hot dog places in Chicago. I'm a huge fan of like a fancy gourmet hot dog or something like that. I fucking love hot dogs. That's like one of my favorite food. Hot dogs and like ribeyes. Like I could probably survive forever off of those two things. But yeah, just like stopping and trying the local cuisine anywhere you go is always a good idea. You know, when you're down in Texas, you get some barbecue. You know, heavy Germanic, heavy Slovakian influence down here that makes some fantastic slow cooked meats. When you're over in Louisiana, get you some Cajun, do some crawfish boils, get some boudin and like or boudin, however they pronounce it over there. I know they pronounce it the wrong way, but you know,
Get up
whatever.
here, get some tater tot
Tater
salad.
tots, cheese curds, fucking. They probably make poutine. I would imagine.
Did you get the
It's not
squeaky
same
cheese? Cheese curds?
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm,
Squeaky
mhm.
cheese. That's a real thing. For those of you guys that don't know, like when you bite the cheese, if it squeaks, that's like a particular type of cheese. There's oh man, yeah, Wisconsin's great. If you go over to like Washington, get some like Dungeness crab or some salmon and lobster. When you go down to California, get you a fucking burrito that's got French fries inside of it for whatever the fuck reason. What are some other like places and foods? Anyway, hold on. We're getting distracted here. I asked you guys what
got-
you're excited about in New York, and your fucking answer is goddamn pizza, bro.
Yes.
I think he's hungry.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. You know, you're allowed to like the things that you like. You know, some people like pickles on their hamburgers. Some people. I'm not going to finish that statement actually. There,
I wanted
there's
to
What?
add,
actually no. We're
Pickles
on the
on
Discord.
hamburgers is where you drew the line? That was the
No, no, no.
controversy?
No, so like the way that when I talk about people having preferences, I'll say some people like pickles on their hamburgers, some people like watching gay porn, some people like all sorts of things, right? It's not my place.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
You know, so like we're on someone else's channel, and I'm pretty sure they're kind of they don't pull their punches on the Discord syndicate, so fuck it, right? Some people like gay porn, some people like pickles on their sandwiches, some people like anchovies, whatever. You know, not my place to judge, but everyone likes different things. So if you want to go to New York and get excited about a pizza, bro, more power to you. I'm happy
Well,
that you're happy.
Well, speaking of New York, we do have a job we need to do right now. So,
Yes, we
Mrs.
do.
Producer, if you don't mind, there we go. That's right, folks. We were talking about PulseChain Tour New York City on November 1st. But more importantly, we have an event the day before on Halloween itself, October 31st in Brooklyn, New York City. We have the Richard Hart hearing in New York City. For those who don't know, in case you have been living under a rock, but you're still watching Discourse Syndicate, Richard Hart, his legal team, is meeting the SEC face-to-face in a hearing in front of a magistrate judge in Brooklyn, New York City. So this is going on 2 p.m. Eastern Time on October 31st. If you want to be there, I'm sure the legal team would love the support. They've reached out to a lot of the people in the community, actually, including RG3, saying, yes, the more people at the hearing, the better. But also understand, if you're going to attend the hearing, unfortunately, it is a secure facility, so you're not allowed to bring any electronics of any kind, and it is business formal. So please, ladies and gentlemen, wear a suit, dress up, treat it like a board meeting, because that's pretty much what it is. And it is a very quiet, probably going to be slightly boring and technical meeting, but showing up and showing your support is massive. The next day, November 1st, Friday, that is the PulseChain Tour event itself in Lower Manhattan. So that is the day to have fun, meet the community, party a bit, and also come hear from all the fantastic speakers. If you want to attend that event, go ahead and go to PulseChainTour.com, go to the events tab, go find the NYC Protecting Crypto Rights Seminar, a community approach. Go ahead down here to buy tickets. And you can either choose your general admission, which will get you admission, refreshments, and a PulseChain Tour Classic NFT. And if you would like as much to do so, you can get a VIP with dinner ticket that will get you includes seminar admission, the exclusive dining experience from 6 to 8 p.m., a VIP limited edition swag bag, and an upgraded PulseChain Tour Gold NFT. So there you go, folks. Those are the options. Oops, sorry, excuse me. The VIP dinner is actually sold out. Wow, we people have been selling tickets. This is fantastic.
Nice.
Folks, just so you know, putting on live events takes a lot of work, and it's unfortunately not free. But if you want to help support the cause, help support everything going on, buying a ticket and actually purchasing the good products that people make available to you, that is the best way to do so. And if you are so generous, there is a donations address on the website itself. If you are unable to make the event, but you still want to reach out, show support, and help produce all the fantastic stuff going on IRL, that is the way to do so. So, folks, once again, PulseChainTour.com. Get your tickets now for New York City and also Las Vegas, March 6th through the 9th of 2025. By the way, use code DEGEN, DEGEN, at checkout through the rest of October, and you get 20% off your Vegas tickets. Sorry, no code for the New York City stuff, but that is what we got going on right now. Will, anything else, my man?
I was going to say real quick, we got a shout out for this audience member, Altcoin Chef. She is going to be giving away a dinner ticket. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to be happen. Altchain or Altcoin Chef, if you wouldn't mind putting a call to action or something of sorts where the folks can find you or figure out how to participate in this ticket giveaway, that is absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for doing that. Shout out to Altcoin Chef and everyone else that is super generous in this community. So this is absolutely fantastic. I love to hear it. There's so much shit going on in the PulseChain world. I am crazy stoked, and this is just going to be a fantastic time. Both the Richard Hart hearing, the seminar, the conference. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to all three of those actually. Now that I think about it, it's going to be a good time, a great time. Excellent. Nate, I want to toss it over to you and Mrs. McGettit as well, and ask you guys what are you guys looking forward to the most over in New York? What do you think is going to be the cool thing going on?
Oh, well, I'm going to sightsee, but here's the other thing. So I know that I went all the way to New Hampshire, right? But I did not get to see the ocean for the first time.
Oh, that's
very
right.
sad. And I cried and cried for days and days, obviously.
Many salty tears, yes.
What I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to actually see the ocean for the first time in my life. That's going to be really neat.
Very
so
good.
I think I'm going to look forward to that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go to Liberty Island or whatever, and then I'll be able to just kind of view everything, take everything in from there. That would be pretty cool.
Hell yeah, bro.
Also, you guys are going to be able to get to see me in my new suit.
Ooh, outstanding. Love to hear it.
Very nice.
What kind of suit? What's your style? You got a blazer?
So this particular style is what I would call yacht trash, where
yacht trash.
You get on the yacht. You are very blue with whites and creams. And
okay, no, that's a good look, especially for like yeah, I like that. That's good. That's classic.
The inner Florida man in me, as soon as you said that, I just imagined board shorts, Hawaiian shirt, flip flops. Which, look, I'm not opposed to. I like that personally. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice, but I'm telling you what, like this suit of mine, I went shopping for a suit and I put on the jacket, right? And I was like, whoa, I love this. And I literally had the dude at the Men's Warehouse like say, hey, I'm not taking on anybody else. We are gonna walk through here. And he just took me around and he helped me create this entire outfit. And yeah, it's very stunning. It's very good.
I dig it.
Excellent.
Good fitting suit always feels fantastic. Oh, for sure.
Circumstance unlike any other. So you're looking forward to going to the beach. You're looking forward to strutting your stuff, looking professional in the courtroom. I heard. Actually, while oh shoot, does anyone, Mrs. Producer, are you able to put links in the live comments and things? Because I have a link to the Telegram for people that are unaware. There is a Telegram for the PulseChain Tour Live that I can go ahead and drop in the private chat.
Yes, I can do that. I wanted to first highlight Altcoin. She answered your question about how to enter, or not.
Okay.
It doesn't have all the details, but it is saying
excellent
in the X post. Could you drop just the name of your X account?
I will.
Altcoin whenever you get the chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Google, or I'm gonna search her up on X and see if I can find the exact post that is in question. I've gone ahead and dropped the PulseChain tour Telegram in the private chat. If you want to throw that into the public chat as well for the folks at home.
Done and done.
Done and done.
And then while
Excellent.
you're
Boom,
while you're
there we
looking for
go.
that, what I am looking forward to
Yes.
in New York, she said her name on there is Vibra Lindsay.
Vibra Lindsay.
Lindsay. SAY Lindsay.
Yeah.
I actually
Is
like
that
Lindsay.
still- Is that still pronounced the same way with the A versus the E? I've never known that.
She slays crypto. Oh, Vibra Finance. Okay, excellent. She's the COO of Vibra Finance. Vibra Finance.
Oh, cool.
That's fantastic.
But
I
I'm not
recognize those
sure.
dudes.
I'm not sure where exactly in New York we are because I know New York is a big place. But I want to see the Statue of Liberty if it's there. I'm not positive which area it's in off the top of my head because I've just never looked into that.
So the Statue of Liberty is south of Manhattan. So Manhattan is like what you think about when you think about like New York City. Got like Times Square, the Chrysler Building, Empire State Building, all that kind of stuff. Where we're gonna be is in Brooklyn for the hearing. So that is like there's Manhattan kind of looks like this. Brooklyn is like over here across a river ish, and then the Statue of Liberty is down here in the harbor.
Gotcha.
So if you want to go check it out, it's on. Oh gosh, is it on Ellis Island?
It's on Ellis. Liberty Island is a different island, hilariously enough. And I'm remembering this as I've already said. I'm going to Liberty Island.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you can definitely see it if you get to the southern tip of Manhattan, or if you get to the shore of Brooklyn, you can definitely see it. It's going to be a little hard to see because it's unfortunately not as big as you'd think in real life, but it is. And if you want to get close or go over there, you can actually take a ferry, and they will take you over there as part of a tour.
Yes, I've gone ahead and dropped the link to the Lindsay or altcoin chef's Twitter post in there. So if you guys want to interact and potentially win this free ticket, you do have to be a ticket holder. So you have to have already bought the ticket for the seminar in order to get upgraded to the VIP dinner. So I'll see you guys there. Whoever wins this fantastic ticket for the VIP dinner. I think it's going to be an excellent time in an excellent space. And I will say regarding the Statue of Liberty, it is a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Much like the freaking the Mount Rushmore heads. I thought those things were going to be huge. Turns out they're like 60 foot tall or something like that. So yeah,
it's just like the worst part of an optical illusion because they did like it is massive, but it's also up on a cliff face that you're not allowed to walk up to, so you have to see it from afar. So it's like
it's a big old bummer.
A little bit,
man.
Tell you what, though, those were really cool when we went out there, though. That was fantastic. That was a fantastic time, actually.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not cool. It's just not as big as like everything makes it seem.
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty is 305 foot tall. Okay, that's decent, but it's not as like it's no 2,000 foot TV tower. So there we go. That's out. That's pretty good. Pretty good though. 305.
Yeah, good luck beating 2,000 feet. What is it?
Yeah.
That's an entire sky. That's taller than skyscrapers for the most part, right?
Yeah. I think the tallest, the Burj Khalifa. I don't know how big it goes, but I want to say that's the tallest structure. Could be wrong, but TV towers don't go above 2,000 foot because then you start getting into federal airspace, and they get upset about that. So
they do.
But outstanding. So Zenith, you're looking forward to the pizza. Nate's looking forward to the ocean and strutting around in the suit. And Mrs. McGettit, what was your answer again? Remind me.
My main thing was I would like to see the Statue of Liberty. I don't necessarily need to go to it, but even seeing it from a distance would be really cool because I've never experienced that yet.
It'll be a good time. Yes, it is pretty cool. It was very kind of the French to give that to us back whenever the hell they did that long ago.
And to think we were just talking about the French in a not so polite way. We are sorry, French. We appreciate your gift. I am sad that it used to be a
I'm not sorry.
I am sad that it used to apparently be a beautiful bronze color, and now it has I don't know what that word is, oxidated, and that's like
oxidized. There you go.
But I wish I could have seen it when it was brown. That's so cool. I've seen pictures, and that's really neat.
Yes, copper will turn patina very quickly. That's something that happens within a matter of months. So when she was erect, I would be willing to bet that it wasn't even fully built before it started like the short process of the patina. But it takes a while to go like full green and stuff. But yeah, that's got to be That's got to be super cool. I would, Zenith, you had mentioned that there's an ad that SJ had made or something like that. Is that something?
Yes,
that
sir. Mrs. Producer, if you don't mind, screen share, please.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant to find it on here. I think it's on here as well, but
No,
we'll play yours.
All right, fair
This-
enough.
this-
Let me
this
know if
thing.
you are not getting the volume.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
After the judge left, the Richard Hart lawyers, they approached the other lawyers and like shoulders up, chest up, approached them, and the SEC lawyers, hands in the pocket, slouching, like, oh man,
We
we're about to
can
get jumped
hear
type
it,
of
but
thing.
you've
That
got
type
it
of
sped up.
vibe, This was tragic too. The guy, I felt like
I actually do not have this sped up.
Oh wow, that dude just talks fast.
was the leader. He walked to the other, like right in front of the other two guys. He goes, fellas, you have no case here. We're gonna win. Like, as Patrick approached me before I went to the elevator, and he was like, oh, are you one of those Hex guys? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm a Hex guy. I'm here just to see what's going on and just report to the community what's going on. And he's like, no, that's great. He's like, what I wish you guys could do? I wish you guys would bring more people. It's important to show support, and it's important to show like this matters, not just a bunch of strangers online. When they see people in the courthouse, it shows like these are real humans that you're affecting. These are real people that you're going after, And it's important for the judge to see, and the lawyers too, to see these people. He goes, look, man. He's like, we got this. We're gonna win this. He's like, we got this. Like, don't you worry about it. He's like, just make sure you bring the pack, like bring people next time. He's like, it's important, to do these things. Be respectful. Show that you care. Show you're an investor or you care about this or this means something to you. Like, show like it's your business. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna show and represent your business. No matter what happened the past 3-4 years we've been in Hex, like I felt like that moment was part of history, right? Years later, I could be like, oh man, I knew this was gonna happen. I was there. A Hexican was there. Like somebody was there to witness it. It's not we just read on paper. It does matter. Like they even recommended to do it. Like it really helps, So if you're gonna show up, show up.
That's awesome, dude. You had your
There
own
you
little
go.
promo spot in there.
I know, right?
After the judge left, the Richard Hart.
I'm very thankful they asked me to be part of a panel with Crypto Coffee and Nuclear Herbs, aka Chuck, aka my mentor.
Yeah.
In the legal stuff. So I'm very excited and very honored about that. So if you want to hang out, show up, show support, listen to any of the fantastic speakers that are not me, please do so. Buy a ticket, come support. It's going to be an absolute blast. We have tons of people already RSVP'd for the hearing and plenty of tickets bought out. The VIP dinner is already sold out. Like, people are showing up. This is going to be a big event. But if you can't make it to this one, also remember, Las Vegas next year, that is, in my personal opinion, I think that is the Hexican PulseChain meetup of the year. But the Richard Hart hearing in New York, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So that's why I'm going.
Yep. Same, bro. Same. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. I'm super stoked, man. I'm so stoked. Actually, dude, Black Hexican reached out to me earlier today asking me if I want to be on the panel for, oh, shoot, I can't remember the exact wording, but it's about basically organizing meetups for Hexicans in the Hex space. So it's super cool, man. It looks like the Degen crew is going to be representing and stuff. So this is excellent. Mrs. Producer, it looks like we have another guest in the green room. Whenever they are ready, go ahead and bring them on screen and I'll give them a fantastic introduction. For the folks at home, they might recognize this gentleman. Might have
This is a
seen him
familiar
before.
face.
Yes,
Okay.
I recall.
He is ready. You want to give me a thumbs up on your camera if you're ready? Oh, he's adjusting a little bit. All right, here we go. He's ready to go.
Excellent. All right, so for the folks at home who don't know, this is Dr. H, the Cryptopractor. He is an outstanding gentleman. He's got his own YouTube channel. He did a bunch of streams about the richest man in Babylon, where he covered the entire book in its from start to finish. Did an excellent job explaining the principles of wealth building. He's currently you've got some other shows going on, don't you, Dr. H?
Pretty book. Yes, I'm really excited
Yeah.
about the next show coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to shill it to the audience, or not shill it, but you want to explain like the cool things you're doing for the audience and whatnot?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'll probably tell you a little bit more as we get going. But basically, the premise is I've started a show called Monte Carlo or Bust. And the premise is I put $1,000 in a wallet, which I show you every show. I did that actually on the 12th of September. So purely by luck and tea leaves, I got pretty close to the bottom there. And it's already up 250%, which is a lot more than the rest of my bags. Let's put it that way.
Hell yeah!
But I just did it purely
That's
so
that's
the whole
what an excellent like point to buy and start your like little opportunity. That is so cool. I have no idea if I'm cutting someone off right now because all the screens just froze for me. Are we still good? We still live?
We're so good, brother.
Okay, I didn't cut you off, did I, Dr. H? Were you finishing your thought? Oh, you did? Oh,
Did you-
shoot. All right. Please.
I didn't
please
notice.
continue.
Well, you do it all the time.
Oh no! No! Oh man! Please continue. I apologize. The screen, like I heard the ceasing of conversation on my end, so
Yeah.
forgive me.
No,
please
it's fine.
continue though.
I'm just messing with you. You know that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
love
Well,
you
now
guys.
I don't know what to think. I'm
So,
looking for feedback here.
So the premise is I've got the $1,000 and I want to buy somewhere in Monte Carlo. And for you guys that don't know, Monte Carlo is an area of Monaco. It's one of the quarters of Monaco. And it's actually the quarter where they've got the big casino, the big ass casino, which is James Bond famous. But it's not only James Bond famous. In 1863, Princess Carolina opened the casino purely to bring money into the country. So it's now become, as most people may or may not be aware, I'll be honest, I wasn't 100% aware. I knew there were some tax benefits there, but they have no income tax at all. All of the money that the government raises comes from gambling and from tourism. So anyway, obviously, real estate there is insanely expensive. A car parking spot, if you want to check out the show, I go into it in detail. I'm going to go into a lot more detail in the future, is 219,000 euros, which is about $230,000 for a car parking spot. And a two-room apartment, not 2 bedrooms, 2 rooms, is 2.3 million euros. So, or 2.1 million euros, 2.3 million US dollars. So my hope is that I can take that 1,000 and if I can 21,000 exit, yeah. Oh no, 2,100 exit. I could buy a 2-bedroom apartment. But I mean, even if I could buy a car parking space, that would be something.
Well, that's true. I mean, I bet the F1 tickets probably cost just as much as that parking spot. So,
yeah, I mean, it's insane. That's insane. The cost of real estate there. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing on Sundays at noon. That's part of the Sunday Abundance Show, I'm calling it now. So we're talking about books, but we're also talking about crypto. We're just making a bit of a mix. So but at the moment I'm focusing on Monte Carlo. So I'm giving you some top tips on Monte Carlo, which is the second smallest country in the world after the Vatican. Yep. Get this, guys, it's only 2.2 square kilometers. That's the area of it. So in other words, it's 2 kilometers long and 1 kilometer deep. And it's got like the richest people in the world in that 2 square kilometers. That is insane.
You know, that's what we Hexicans are going to have, right? We're going to go out. We're going to find an island that's just slightly bigger, or maybe, slightly bigger than that. And we're just all going to park ourselves there. And we're going to have Hexico.
That'd be a sausage fest that I'm not interested in.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there's unfortunately some truth to that, but we could theoretically change that if we, do some good marketing, do some good networking, some incentivization, if you will, to ensure it's not a sausage
Come and
fest.
join me in Monte Carlo, guys, just for fun.
That's true.
So today I got kicked out of my studio by my kids. My oldest is home from university. She's studying with a mate. So I'm downstairs in my office and I'm in my X-ray room.
Oh,
so if
nice.
you guys like, we can do what's in the box. Because I've prepared a what's in the box for you if you're interested. I mean, if you've got something else more serious to cover.
Oh, what is in the box?
I want to see what you got.
Yeah. Right. So I'm going to switch on the other camera.
I want to play what's in the box.
Oh, I did have it there. Is it that?
Yeah, now that you mentioned a box, we got another mystery. So
it's Gwyneth Paltrow's head, I bet. That's what I think it is.
No, I bet it's a cat.
Okay, so I'm in the X-ray.
No, it's not just a cat. It's Schrodinger's cat.
Oh,
now we can know if he's alive still.
Did you say, where did I get that?
Can you guys see the X-ray?
Yeah, where did you get, Mrs. Producer? Are we doing a screen share?
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
There's the X-ray camera.
There we go.
That. No, it's from.
You haven't got an
what's
echo,
in
have
the
you?
box?
I think I've turned the sound down.
Okay, doke. While you're getting that set up, Dr. H, Zenith, the what's in the box is from the movie Seven, and Brad Pitt's wife, Gwyneth Paltrow, at the very end of the movie. If you guys haven't seen Seven, spoiler alert, close your ears. But like Gwyneth Paltrow is dead, and the bad guy, I want to say, it's not Kevin Costner. Shoot, crap, who's the bad guy in Seven? I can't remember. But anyways, he kills Gwyneth Paltrow, who is Brad Pitt, the police officer's wife, and he puts her head in a box, and he hands her the box, or he hands one of the detectives the box, because they're
Mrs.
trying to catch
Producer,
this
I have
guy.
a screen share for you.
Yeah, exactly. What's in the box? So Gwyneth Paltrow's head is what's in the box.
Not today, it's not.
Not today.
Fair
Oh,
enough, fair
dang it.
enough.
You spoiled it. We were hopeful.
Yeah, I just started to give you a spoiler. It's not as good a spoiler as well, though.
All right, Dr. H,
Edith-
what are the rules of this game?
Well, I don't know. Let's see how it works. Now, here's the thing: if anyone's out there that uses like TikTok and all that stuff, I'm no good at that because I'm a GX. So if you want to clip this, and perhaps you can get it small and just like have a before and after what's in the box. What I'm going to do, I'll show you around the X-ray unit for those of you that aren't interested. I'll just give you a quick show around the X-ray unit. I'll show you the box. We're going to X-ray it, and I'm going to give you a little bit at a time. All right, a little snippet at a time, and I'll try not to screw it up. So you just got to bear with me. I've never done this before.
Do we get any questions before we X-ray it?
Any questions?
Yeah,
I think we have to guess
don't
what the
know.
X-ray.
I don't think so. I don't think so because it's not that difficult to guess from the images.
Oh,
Okay.
you're going to show
Maybe
us the
we'll do
images,
that
then we have to
next
guess.
time.
Got it. Okay,
Maybe
okay.
we'll do
Yeah.
that next time. So,
I like
This is
right, I don't know how it's going to work with my camera. I'm going to switch one microphone off and the other one on because
Very wise.
Do we think it would be a good idea to make the X-ray camera full screen so we can just watch and then all of our voices will be in the background, guys?
Yeah, you want
There
to?
we
Can
go.
you maximize it like you would a screen share?
Dr. H, I think your
works.
speakers are coming through the mic.
Oh, just a little bit. Yeah, we can hear an echo.
can you hear me now? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are echoing now.
Echo. It's cervical. Oh, until I say the letter S.
Yeah, that's
Don't
not
say
me.
S.
All of my stuff's muted.
I got the whistles. Oh, there we go.
You're
Excellent.
good now.
Everything's good.
All right, you're good to go, man.
All right, cool, excellent. So this is the X-ray unit. This is a LED screen, and then sorry, there's a bit of a delay. I've got the sound in the background. Okay, so this is a screen. This is the X-ray unit here. I don't know if you can see that. This box is where the X-rays get generated. They get fired out here into the box. Here's the box. This thing's called a bucky. Back in the old days, you'd put a slide of film in there, and then they'll be down in the dark room taking the film out and processing it. But nowadays, you've actually got a digital camera that catches the image there. Okay. Now, what I do when I have a human in here, now obviously there's radiation, there's nothing living here. It's what's in the box is not alive. Okay, Zenith. So there you go. There's a
That's a
question.
good question right there.
You've got an indicator marker here. It's going to say left or right. And when I shoot the X-ray, it tells me what side of the person's body is against here, because an X-ray actually sees both sides of the person. So if you shoot in the front, you're not just seeing the features at the front, you're seeing the features at the back. So you see the spinuses at the back, but you see them as part of the image. And maybe I'll show you that in a second. And then this is where I'm shooting my image. Now the thing's in here. I don't want to spoiler it. So I'm going to line up the bucky
This is so
with
cool.
the object. So I'll put that there. Now, on the front of the X-ray unit, you have a light which shines on the box, gives me an X, and it helps me line up the bucky. So I can see the lines coming here, and they help me line up the bucky there. And kind of puts it in the center. Now, in this case, it's a little off center, the object is. So I'll just move that in there. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, so we bring down the, inside here, there are LED shutters. And they're called collimators, and they make the size of the image smaller because you only want to shoot the minimum amount of radiation at the person. Okay, so we've got that there, and we come back to the control panel. Now, this is a control panel here, and you guys, I feel, have probably got an X-ray at the moment.
Oh, there's the echo.
If you can turn off the speakers, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Man,
I don't lie, this is really cool.
I've got the
yeah.
mic muted there.
Whoop.
Right, I'm going to switch off. I'm going to switch off this. I can't switch off the screen.
Okie dokie. Man,
Leave
this
it
is
to the
super
audio.
cool. All right, guys. So we have the opportunity to guess what's in the box before the actual box.
Yeah,
gets
put
X-rayed.
it in the comments.
Yeah,
Put it in
put
the
it in the
chat.
chat.
And then I'm going to
Guys-
show you. Thank you. Yeah, I think someone's muted me. That's good. I was trying to work
Yeah,
out how to do it. Okay.
I think it's a Christmas tree. Very small Christmas tree. All right. There we go. So when he unmutes, we will not talk so that way it doesn't do this echo thing. Sound good, guys?
Right, I've turned my speaker right down, so that should be better. It was on full. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
It's fine.
I see Hexy Mofo has my same theory from earlier.
Ah,
Yeah, can you guys hear me now?
yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, you sound fantastic.
Hear you just fine.
I will say though, Will, I don't necessarily love your guess because he already told us that whatever's in the box.
Right,
is
can
no
you guys
longer-
hear me now? Yeah?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you, Dr. H.
He already told us that whatever's in the box is not living. So, Will, your
It-
guess. It's a
Okay,
little
might
more
have
so
used
I'm
to
going to
be
act as if you
generated.
can hear me. So we've got the unit here, and this is KVP. You guys probably don't care about this. This is how much punch you've got. So you put it down minimum. In my case, it's nothing alive, and it's very small. So we make that small. The other one's small as well. We're going to hit the... this gets things going. We're going to press that button there. That winds things up. I get my body behind the LED screen. I press the other one. It says it's ready. Boop. We fire it away, and it's just fired through the box. Okay, now I have a software program, which I'm just going to make sure I don't dox the what's in the box.
Very good.
I've actually got two things in the box.
Ooh,
The plot thickens.
yeah. Multiple guesses.
In that case, I guess 2 stuffed animals. I'm also thinking it might be a fake flower
Right.
for some weird reason. That's
So here we go. Any idea what that might be?
Oh, man.
I don't know if you guys can still hear me.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. Can you hear us? Oh, shoot. He's got his speakers turned off. Well, shoot. I'm going to guess
Yeah.
it's a shoe of sorts. I think it's a shoe or a boot.
Oh, that's a tough one. What the hell? What am I looking
know
at?
how to-
Okay, I'm going to blow it out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know
See
how
if
to
you
read
can guess as
X-rays.
it comes out. I can't hear anyone, so I don't know if you guys
Oh.
are getting that.
Oh, there's more
Oh,
to
here
it.
we go. It's rocks.
This might
Anyone
this
now?
might actually be a box of rocks.
Oh, my God.
That'd be hilarious, bro.
Although he said
will
it was
s-
2 things. It's only 2.
And
Oh.
then how about now?
A dildo?
Now the white thing you can see is just the stand. So there's something sat on the stand.
Maybe a bunch of flowers?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I was
neither.
going to say it kind of looks like flower.
It's
Anyone
gonna be
guess it? I
flowers.
can't hear.
I'm at a loss, yeah.
Box of rocks, I think, is the best guess we have right now.
Yeah, a box of rocks or, I don't know, maybe like a fruit basket.
Right, chat. Pop it in the thing, and in the chat, if there's something you want me to X-ray in the future, pop it in there, and we'll.
Wake Dog says balloons of cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, it could be
Yeah,
balloons. of
probably
cocaine.
not that one. Probably not. Just a guess.
Oh, man.
Even if it is, let's say it's
Ready,
not.
guys?
It's
Ready
not.
for
We
the
don't
big
want to
reveal?
get RG3
Is it a-
demonetized here.
It is
That's true.
flour.
A
Oh!
bag of
Ah,
lemons.
what's
A
fruit?
bag of
And
lemons.
limes. And
Wow.
limes. There's a lime in there too.
Didn't see that one coming. With one
Oh, wait,
lime
there's
in
a
it. What the
second
hell?
one.
That's two
There's
items.
something else in the box I didn't tell you
Okay.
about. All right, so let me set it up.
Okay. Man.
This time it's going to be Schrodinger's cat.
Okay. Wow, I
Could
would have
be.
not guessed a bag of lemons. That is I've been bamboozled.
Now you
But I mean,
techies
somebody
might
guessed
like this
fruit,
one.
so pretty close.
The techies might like it.
I actually did this one just before because I was just trying to calibrate everything. All right, there it is. Oh shit, you can see the image to the side there. Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay.
We didn't see anything. You're good.
Okay.
What have we got here?
And I'll just start to blow it out a little bit. Anyone guessing?
Is that a graphics
Ah,
card?
What about now? Oh, this is obvious, fellas. Come on. And
Is it
girls.
like a
I mean, it's you know what it is, so of course it's obvious.
I'll give you a clue. This is a cheeky little clue.
It looks like a lamp to me for some
I
reason.
don't know what
like
this is.
Anyone any wiser? Pop it in the chat.
I'm
I
so
see
lost.
wires.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of wires too,
I
and
think
mesh.
it's a fan. Could it be a fan?
It has to be a fan.
it
Yeah.
a
Well, I mean,
microphone?
no, because the fan would be the fan wouldn't have the mesh.
It's a speaker.
It's a chandelier.
Yeah, I think
That
I
is
just
a
heard it.
speaker.
I think
That
I
is a
got
speaker,
it.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's a speaker.
What's in the box?
What's
Well
it?
said, well said.
Outro's head.
This is
Hey-o.
so much fun. I love this game. Fuck. This is
All right,
super.
guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It'll be a little bit different, and while I'm stuck in my X-ray room, I may as well use it.
Dude, this is awesome.
For, hope that
This
was
is
fun.
this is the Discourse Syndicate I signed up for. This is excellent.
this
Oh, man.
I love Bristology. This game has left me sour.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Boo.
Wow, what
Boo.
a what
He's
an
gotten old
event.
so often.
Oh, this is so
we love you,
great.
Briss.
A
Oh my god, I
speaker.
just got that joke. I thought he was actually like, I hate this game. Now I get it. Oh, I'm
Oh!
slow tonight.
Fuck, I didn't even realize it was a joke. Jeez.
Ah,
Louise,
you got it now too.
please.
I'm not the only one. Yay!
Oh,
Damn it, Briss. You've got me, bro. You got me bamboozled. Dr. H, can you hear us?
Was that okay? Yeah, I can hear you now. I turned the speaker up. I had to turn the speaker down. I couldn't
yeah.
hear anything. Did
Yeah,
it work
yeah.
all right, Tish?
Oh, that was fantastic, bro.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love that. That was a.
Well, like
that
I
was
say,
a
put it
very
in the
fun time.
chat, guys. Things you want to see, and I'll mix it up a bit. It won't be obvious when it comes out, but
Yeah.
I'll see if I can X-ray it.
I was
Bro,
gonna say,
like,
can
that's so-
you X-ray a healthy spine so I know what that looks like?
Oh, actually, let me show you. Yeah, I can probably do that.
Yeah. Let's do. Can we do like medical?
I can show you the spine. Yeah, that I've done. Obviously, I can't do it for the show, but it's already been done. So yeah, just give me a second. Can I share
Yeah.
my screen? Am I?
Yes.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I can I?
believe
Okay,
so.
hold on then. Let me just get it set up first.
Sure thing.
I did
Damn.
get one ready for you a bit earlier that was sanitized because obviously it's bad juju to dogs people.
While he's getting that set up, I want to go ahead and do a quick little call to action. If any of you guys out there that are watching right now, if you guys want to hop on the Discourse Syndicate, come hang out, show us what you're doing. If you're a medical professional, then you could share your thoughts and your feelings. If you want to chit chat about what's going on in New York, if you want to talk about medicine, if you want to talk about anything, then come on over to the Discourse Syndicate. I believe, Mrs. Producer, have you already? Yes, you have shared
you
the
guys-
StreamYard link.
You guys both read my mind because I just put that in there, and then I saw Zenith what you said in the private chat, and then Will just started talking about it. Like this just goes to show how used to we are like doing this stuff with our own show too.
It
we got
really
this
is.
down.
Yep, this is great. So yeah, so anyone out there, if you guys want to hop on the stream and you want to chit chat, we can talk Hex, we can talk Richard Hart stuff, we could talk spines, we could talk lemons in boxes. Like we're ready to hang out, and it's just gonna be. We're looking to have a good time with cool people. So the only thing that we ask is that you don't have to come on stream while we're live. You don't have to show yourself on camera, but we do ask that you turn on your camera at least before we put you on screen, so that way we know that you're not some naked person trying to flop your junk around on the YouTubes and get this channel to monetize. That's one thing that we ask before you hang on. So if you guys are ready to be added to, or if you're ready to come and chit chat with us, just click on that StreamYard link down there in the description below, or not in the description, excuse me, in the live chats, and then hop on in. We'd love to chit chat, love to meet new people, and see what's new and exciting with you. Dr. H, how we?
Yeah, I'm set. Are you?
Is that
Just someone's got to put it on the.
Yeah, I'll get you up in 1 second. I just
Put it on
wanted
if
to
you want
ask.
to big screen it, then I can show the guys and girls a
Sounds good.
spine and
X,
other
can
things.
you ready to be added? Give me a thumbs up on your screen, please, on your camera.
You know, Will, you made the call out to say if there's any new people that want to come on and hang out and meet us and show some face, but instead we got an old classic right here.
Oh,
What's up, brother?
shit!
Yo, look at that lighting, man. I love it.
Hey,
Dude,
we got
that's sick.
Hexican lost in Asia. Semper Fidelis. Good to see you, amigo. Welcome to the FN Hangout. Have you done FN Hangout or streaming before?
I think I might have been here once or twice, not for long. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
we
hear you
can.
good. It's
Sound
good.
great.
It was like dialing up there for a second, but your audio quality is good. Nice to see you, brother. Welcome to the stream. What's new and exciting with you, bro?
Yeah, I actually had a busy week doing some visa passport stuff out here in Asia, squaring that stuff away.
Yeah.
Actually, last week was my last week of school. I gotta do an internship for 3 months as part of the the plan, and I'll have a bachelor degree. But that's what I'm looking at right now.
Excellent. Are you
Easy mode the next couple months, actually.
fantastic, bro? Are you allowed to talk about what it is that you're doing, or like what the degree is that you're pursuing? Is that something that
No, it was just more so excuse to be out here.
Okay, excellent.
I'm
I like
enjoying
it.
my time, man. I'm retired.
Very nice, very nice.
Something
Lost
like that.
over in Asia, having a good
Yeah. So,
having a good time. What's your favorite thing about being over there in Asia? And then once we're done kind of delving into this area, we're gonna turn the stage over to Dr. H again to teach us about health and stuff. But real quick, what do you like about Asia? Because that's been your scream name for as long as I can remember knowing you, broski. What is it over there that's the selling point?
well, right now for me, it's mostly I could say it's cost of living. I mean, it is nice to live out here. It's nice and cheap.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
I may or may not be looking to move out there mainly because of cost of living.
Hey, there you go.
You know, if I
like
recall correctly, I thought there was a time that you streamed a softball league game. Was that right?
Yeah, I was I actually created another page for it, but I was using my when I got to the field that day, I couldn't stream it to the other softball page for some reason, so I just used my my page and took the video out. And I mean, I took the video down now, but like I just used it that day for live streaming.
Hey, there you go. So we got adult league softball out in Asia. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's just something we do. We're actually getting ready to start that up real soon. But we play competitive softball out here about 4 or 5 months out of the year. But we also travel around. That's probably the next thing I can get to, Will, and tell you.
Yeah.
There's about 100 people, you could say, who we meet up out here every 3 or 4 months and we play softball, right? Thailand is the next one. It's going to happen in a couple weeks. We play in March in Philippines. We play in September in Vietnam, and we play in April in Jakarta, right? And that's just basically an international softball circuit that, 100 of my best retired military friends, we all meet up and hang out and play.
That is outstanding, bro.
That's just kind of what it is. I settled out here after I got out,
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. I love to hear it. That's a very common thing is like the folks that deploy over to the Southeast Asia zone, and I don't know about the Japan area, but I know that a lot of Marines go and they move to Thailand, they move to the Philippines, they move to Vietnam, Cambodia, everything over there. So I'm glad that it works. And I'm glad that it's go ahead.
I was stationed in Okinawa 3 years. I enjoyed
I was
Japan.
there as well on a ship. Okinawa.
I was part of it.
Yeah, Dr. H, you
Early
were
90s.
you were in the British Navy as
the Royal Navy. We
the
call it.
Royal Navy as
But
an
it's the British
engineer,
Navy.
right?
It's a
I-
one Royal Navy.
Okay. I don't know. You'll have to forgive my.
No,
my
it is the
ignorance.
British. Yeah, it's the British Navy. But in our arrogance, we call it the Royal Navy and expect everyone to know what it means.
Excellent. The
But
Queen's Navy.
yeah, but I was in Okinawa and went to Japan twice. But that was a long time ago. I mean, early 90s. Yeah.
I think we were talking about that on stream. You, myself, Zenith, and RG3 when we first met you long ago. Is that we were discussing the like the weapons laws and things, and
Oh Jesus, yeah.
some of the
When I
stuff
first
was
came to the States and they had a draw in my school, I went to school and they're having a draw. I said in the veterans lounge, said, yeah, it goes $20. What's it for? And they said, a gun. I went,
Yeah.
you what? Are you
Yeah.
shitting me? Yeah. So that blew my mind because I've never heard of that before. It's just not what we do. Just not what we do in England. I mean, people just don't
Yeah.
have guns that much.
yeah.
Enough.
But anyway, it's
I-
just different cultures, eh?
Yeah, I remember all the different port calls that we all had, and if I remember correctly, I had some of the least cool ones. I didn't go to Japan or anything. I just bopped around the Caribbean and realized that if you've seen one tropical island, you've kind of seen them all.
Is there
Yeah.
any like Hex meetup stuff that happens over there in Asia? I know that there's a lot of Hex Asia meetup chats things. Hexican Lost in this question is directed to you, Hexican Lost in Asia. But like I know that there's a lot of like community driven Hex local zone meetups and stuff. What's the cryptosphere looking like over in that part of the world where you're at?
I see a few people here and there on Twitter, online, with handles and stuff like that, but I haven't seen many. I'm not too much into Telegram. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't join Telegram chats too much.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm not really savvy to any those that are happening over here in Asia.
Okay. Gotcha. Man, like I would like to see more Hexicans like meeting up and hanging out with people. That's why I built the little Telegram thing. But like you're saying, you don't use Telegram. I wonder like if I can do a similar thing on like a website or on some sort of Twitter page that is basically a place for people to meet up and organize their own meetups. That way we don't have to, like we don't have to wait for Matty Allen's conference. We don't have to wait for the PulseChain tour, like with their yearly like 369 thing going on. Like I think it's cool for the community, for folks to reach out and go and visit and hang out with people. I wonder.
I was gonna get something like that going. Like once I
Yeah.
started my channel, start talking crypto and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mentioned I was focused on school and stuff like that right now, so I'm not really looking to go live too much and get into that yet, right? I'm focused on this other stuff, but
Yeah.
maybe when I did start focusing, after I got my degree and all that, and I could focus on other things, maybe get a Telegram going, maybe a Patreon, YouTube chat, or a channel going, right? All that stuff is the idea. But for me, I'm not going to be the lead on that right now.
Mhm.
You know who's actually putting together a lot of stuff right now? It's the Puerto Rico gang. I had a chance to talk to Crypto Coffee the other day, and he said that they have Crypto Mondays down in Puerto Rico, and every Monday they have a speaker at a bar. A bunch of people show up. It's either someone pitching a project, giving a technical talk, or just talking about the stuff going on in the sphere. But I gotta say, like Puerto Rico's kind of popping when it comes to community stuff. And I heard there's a rumor. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but there may or may not be a crypto event going on in the first or second week of December, where if you have an idea to like pitch or a project to pitch, that's the place to do it. So I gotta say, like, I think all the guys down in PR, they've met up, they've got the networking thing down, and they even have a YouTube channel for all their Crypto Monday stuff. So if you want to go see those talks, it's on YouTube.
I know that Corey Geary down there, he's
Corey?
always talking about all the Hexicans that are down there. And it seems like Hexico legitimately is actually Puerto Rico.
Well, here's the question. Is Puerto Rico Hexico because all the Hexicans are down there, or is it just the place for crypto folks to go, and then the Hexicans just happen to be the majority of the community, or the most outspoken ones?
I think the real question there, Zenith, is why would it be the majority Hexicans? It's because we're
we
the
have the
best fucking
strongest
cult out here.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
Best cult, best community.
Exactly.
The cult
And that's the
runs
reason why
far and
everybody
wide.
goes.
Yeah.
Amen.
This is the best.
Guys, did you want to do a little something with these images? I'm getting called to order by my wife.
I think we're good right now. We want to try to get more people on the show. So everybody out there
Yeah.
watching right now, if you're in the chat or if you're watching live, hit the link, jump in here, hop on, hang out with us. If you have questions about New York, you have questions about anything Hex related or crypto related, honestly, just ask us. We're more than happy to talk about it.
Yeah, and thinking
talk about
the
Hex.
Will, you wanted to get Dr. H as a special guest on our show to do some of these types of things, right?
Yes, actually, that's something that we have in the works. We don't have a set date planned yet as far as when we're going to do it, but yes, Dr. H and I had spoken about, and I'm speaking with the Degen Roundtable team, the guys that do the scheduling and stuff, to figure out what day would work best and provide some options and opportunities. But yeah, Dr. H, I would love to do this stuff with you on the Degen Roundtable. We can do a much deeper
Cool.
dive into like the medical stuff and whatnot.
No, we're not.
This,
We're not going to touch medical stuff at all. I'm a chiropractor. I don't touch
Oh.
that. Yeah.
okay, we'll touch chiropractor. We'll touch chiropractor stuff. And
I tell you what, though, do you want me to
yeah.
throw in a crypto hand grenade while I'm here?
let's do it. Yeah.
So I've just started to talk a little more crypto on my show because I didn't want to initially, because I still haven't made it. I'm still 60% down, whereas I made it in investments in lots of other things. So like over the last 30 years, you know, I came from very, very humble beginnings to, you know, multi seven figures, but through other means, other investment means. But something has been like, because now I've started this wallet and I've seen that thing kind of change. I saw that EHEX pump. So everything was flat in the community. Everything was flat and had been for a long time.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden EHEX got pumped up. Well, let's do it the right way. EHEX got pumped up. Yeah. And no one sees to the right. So the fact that I caught it was a pure reading the tea leaves. But it went up really, really hard. And then PHEX followed. So I had a couple of, on the last show, I talked this through. I've got a couple of theories on that. Either there was a whale in EHEX that just wanted to get things moving and see what Richard would do when he pumped it, or because of the light liquidity in EHEX, Richard himself may have been using it almost like a touch paper to get things going because it's easier to move it with less liquidity. And that would start to bring other things up and then everyone could dive in. So on the basis of this, and this is not financial advice, it's just something that I'll just share with you guys so you know that I don't just talk about chiropractic. I put together I had a lot of EHEX that came out just purely by coincidence. And I didn't want to stake it because I don't want to try and pull it out in 6 months or a year or whenever. So I brought it across to PulseChain and paired it with my PHEX and try to catch 5.2 to 1 ratio. That was a real high ratio if you've been watching the ratios. With the thinking that it's going to be a love roller coaster over the next, long. If I'm long on liquidity, it's going to be up and down and up and down. And the more motion, as long as it comes back to the 5.2, or for me, less than 5.2, because I want more PulseChain, more PHEX when I come out. So I just figure at the moment, if I went up to 5.7 today, so, that theory goes out the window, but it doesn't matter if I'm long because I'm just hoping, throwing the dice on the fact that it's eventually going to come back towards, lower than 5.2. So, obviously I'll be generating income from the motion, the trading, and I can take it out at any time. And as long as I don't take it out when, when I've decided in my strategy what is a ratio which is disadvantageous to me and to my future strategy. As long as I don't take it out then I'm good. And I'm long anyway, so why would I take it out? Any thoughts of those two theories?
So
The ratio-
with RH,
Richard?
Go for it, Nate.
yeah, this is actually a really cool idea, really cool thought. So what if Richard didn't like EHEX because of the whole Ethereum thing, right? I want you guys to come over to PulseChain. That's where we're supposed to go. So on top of him fudding, getting the EHEX, the Ethereum Hex users over to PulseChain, he also was able to drop the liquidity in EHEX so much so that when he wants to FOMO people, the first thing he's going to go to is EHEX, so that way he can throw $1 million in, and it's like throwing $100 million into PHEX or something like that, right? And it just spikes like wild. And so then when that starts spiking, everybody looks at Hex, everybody outside, all right, looks at Hex and goes, hey, what's going on with this coin? And then they start looking into it. And then they start realizing, oh, wait a minute, Hex is actually this coin over here on PulseChain. And then maybe they start getting interest in PulseChain because that's where people start buying in. Maybe Richard pumps it a little bit more. And so it's like there's a super pump that makes everybody go, what's that? And then he starts kind of like slowly walking it up. And then everyone buys in. And then that's where the real pump starts happening. And that's where ultimately he's going to end up winning, because he's got every single coin on like the bubbles chart, the bubbles, what do you call it? The bubbles map. They're like super huge. And so every single time, and it's not just Crypto Banter, by the way, who usually has this on, has the bubbles in the background. There's a lot of different ones. And so if you have Hex and Pulse and PulseX and Ink, always this big ass bubble, green bubble, people are going to be like, why is that one always so big? Why is it constantly going up? They're going to come over and look, and they're going to put their money in.
Green candles are some of the best marketing, or green bubbles, I should say.
It's true. Mr. Asia, what you got, brother?
No, I just wanted to mention something I saw online a while ago. You know, when something about Doctor the chiropractor, mentioned
Cryptopractor. But yeah, I am a
cryptopractor,
chiropractor
sorry.
as well.
Yeah.
Confuses the hell out of people.
Slightly separate.
A while ago, I saw something online where somebody bonded a bunch of and quote. If I could be wrong, I could be saying it wrong, and you could. There's the smart people that could go look at all this stuff on chain, right? But if I'm not mistaken, somebody bonded a bunch of EHEX with wrapped PLS, or I don't know, put in a liquidity pool or something like that. So these moves they were planned, right? And all of it's just, it all makes sense. It's all going to work together, I guess you could say.
That's kind of feeds into my mini strategy. Again, not financial advice, with the liquidity providing. Because guess what? If it happened once, when things quieten down again, I just got a feeling it's going to happen again. Whether it is a whale playing games, or whether it is like someone lighting the blue touch paper, Greg the Duck, then who knows? So for my strategy, that's great, because it's going to come back to the ratio of 5.2 at some stage or lower.
Water fills in the cracks.
Yeah. And, you know, it's a long strategy anyway. Stay long.
But it does. The ratio trading play makes sense, but at the same time, the only caution I would give people is to like truly understand the market forces, because just because the ratio has been at a certain point does not mean it's going to come back there. Definitely not anytime in the near future per se. But if you actually understand what's going on there and you make that advanced play, I think there's definitely some juice worth the squeeze. So I like what you're talking about here. I'm gonna have to look at these ratios, because I know right now I think we're at 5.7 to 1 on the EHEX to PHEX ratio.
Yeah,
so that's
that would
definitely
be
one way
a
to do
time
it.
if you kind of liked it for a little. And I only put a little bit in, but the other thing is I'm not sure if it is actually ratio trading or liquidity providing. Just because if you're liquidity providing, you've got to be aware of the ratios. You've got to be, otherwise you're going to get out and you're going to cripple yourself. But ratio trading, from what I understand, and like correct me if I'm wrong, is when you're getting in and getting out, and then the ratio changes again. You get in and get out, which that is dangerous, because you could just get left behind. And
It's true.
I could get left behind as well if the ratio goes 6 to 1, 7 to 1, 8 to 1. That's it. That wasn't a good move, but I haven't put enough in that I'm going to miss it.
That's true. Ratio trading realistically is just, when you buy with US dollars or any currency, you are effectively ratio trading. The thing that you're trading, though, is the fiat currency to the actual underlying crypto asset. So that's where you get that ratio. But when we're talking about ratio trading, what that generally references is when you trade one cryptocurrency for the other, not against the US dollar, but against each other. So one of the more famous ones is obviously like the Bitcoin Ethereum ratio trade. That's a big one. There's some other ones that are coming up, like Ethereum Solana, or pretty much anything that's like L1 versus L2. So talking like Ethereum and anything that's built on the Ethereum blockchain, that kind of stuff. So when it comes to like Hex and PHEX, yeah, it makes perfect sense. It's somewhat equivalent assets. Do they have the ability to pump independently? For sure, 100%, especially considering they have different liquidity pools. That's one of the big things that I don't think people quite understand or wrap their brains around entirely, which is that the liquidity for PHEX is so much larger. I want to say it's on the order of like 5 or 6 times larger than EHEX, which just is kind of funny how it works out the ratio of that versus the price ratio. But I think that's more of a remnant of the great FUDning, we'll call it, back in March of 2024 when Richard Hart released the infamous tweet But yeah, the ratio trading, I think there's something that's worth the effort there, in my personal opinion. I would highly advise anybody to like do your research and like have some real conviction before you start doing that. But yeah, everything you're saying, Dr. H, makes perfect sense over here.
Thanks a lot, guys. Listen, I have got to go because my wife keeps ringing me, so I'm in trouble.
Hey, there you go. Well, thanks for coming
See you
on.
later,
Thanks for
guys.
playing What's in the Box. We had an absolute blast with it, and we hope to see you
Good,
again.
I'm
my
glad
man.
you did. And yeah, if there's someone out there who wants to clip that and put it on TikTok, that'd be fantastic. And maybe next week I'll do another one somewhere, either here or on. Oh, let me show my thing. So Sunday at 12 midday, we're going to talk about Monte Carlo or bust, where I'm taking $1,000 in a wallet, which you can see it was actually 992 with gas fees. And at the moment it's 2.5 grand. So that's good. So I'm already 250 up. The idea is to try and buy some real estate in Monte Carlo. And the cheapest I've found so far is a car parking space at 290,000 euros. So that's, yeah. So come along and we're going to have some fun and talk about some interesting stuff in Monaco as well. Thanks a lot, guys.
Let's get that 2000X. 2000X, Dr. H.
Woo-hoo,
See you later,
2000X to my
Dr.
car
H.
parking spot.
Adios, amigo. It's
Ciao.
been fun.
Adios, my man. All
How
right.
do I get out? Where's the button?
Oh, just click the leave studio button on the bottom in the middle.
Oh, I've got something else. Oh, stop sharing. I'd stop sharing.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Always
Just
a
like-
pleasat having it on.
I think he just
Yes,
kind of
he
rugged
is.
himself a little bit there at
Do
the
it.
end.
Tell you what, I have a bit of an intelligence gathering to do. So, Hexagon Lost in Asia. I wanted to ask you, what's the economic sentiment in the part of the world you're at? Does it feel like a recession? Does it feel like good times? Are people talking about like trying to diversify assets, or like what's going on where you're at?
It's still I'd say in between second and third world country here.
Okay.
But times are good. So out here I'm in Thailand, and this country relies on tourism.
Mhm.
So I would say tourism since COVID or the Rovid monster. Sorry.
All good. All good.
I would say since then, tourism is not where it was, but it's better. The people are good. The people are great. Infrastructure's good here. I don't know that many people here get the chance to invest in crypto, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I hear you. So it sounds like investment talk is not super high right now over where you're at.
No, probably not. But like morale and within their people is good. I'd say that.
That's good. So if you had to say, what do you think are some of the more popular investment assets over where in Thailand?
A lot of people, but it's hard. A lot of people like to invest in land. My first big investment, if I ever make some money in crypto, it's going to be probably getting a house, no. So like I'm American, right? You can't own land here, right? But what I can own is like I can own a condo in a high rise, right? That's kind of where I stay now. I rent a condo, but I want to own one. That's the idea, right? I can own one of those.
Gotcha.
And then
so
that
what
would
is
be
it?
the idea. Own a few of those.
So what's required to actually own like physical land, not just like a property on land, but to own the land? Do you have to be a citizen of the country?
Yeah. Got to be a citizen.
Is it possible for you to be a citizen?
No.
So what are the requirements then?
For me to be a citizen, I don't even know. I would probably have to relinquish my American citizenship, right? I don't know.
It's
I
possible.
never looked into that.
No. All right. I was just asking, see what's going on over there.
Would you do
Okay.
would there be an equivalent of like an LLC sort of structure that would own the land and then you would own the LLC? Is that possible at all?
So I think you can like marry in, right? And your wife can, she would own the land, right? Or she would own like 51% or whatever. I don't know. There's laws and stuff like that I'm not, smart on, but yeah, I'm sure they exist. where you can work around it if you got money.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the thing.
That's
You
always the
solve
caveat. Do you have
solve
money
the
or
money
not?
problem, and then you can afford to do the research, and you can afford to pay the lawyers, and like whatever the system requires in order to assimilate and stuff. That's pretty nifty. You think that that's going to be your forever zone down there?
Oh yeah, I'm here, man. I'm retired.
Yeah, that's it. No other places. Seen the world enough. No new spots. This is like
Yeah.
planting roots and sticking to it.
Yeah, I was in the military a long time, man.
Yeah.
I seen the world.
Okay. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it.
How's the crypto tax law over in Thailand?
Pretty lenient, actually. Pretty
Excellent.
lenient.
Excellent.
Do they
I
have
know
enough
you-
regulations out there about?
My girlfriend has an exchange, like a exchange account, if that makes sense. Like I have Coinbase and she has a BitCub, if that makes sense, right? It's
So-
a foreign exchange, right? Not like a American exchange.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, that's why I've never heard of it. How is the regulations out there? Have they gotten everything settled?
Oh no, I just mentioned from when Z asked, it's just lenient. It's pretty lenient out here.
Okay,
I mean, it's pretty
so
nice.
it's kind of like, so you can kind of get away with anything then at that point. So like
I mean, I'm not doing all that, but like
other people, yeah.
I mean, I imagine Thai people are, right?
Mm-hmm. I remember what game was it? I believe Thailand and the Philippines and a couple of other spots out there were basically being used as crypto farms back when Axie Infinity was taken off. And I remember that was the whole play to earn thing was a big deal because it was basically these Thai people and Filipino people were able to literally make their living off of getting paid by influencers who are then farming these games, So, I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Nah, that's out of my ballpark.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah, I always thought that did a lot of harm for the GameFi space generally, and I mean, it's kind of interesting how last cycle the GameFi space went off into like, oh, this did really good, but the play to earn people didn't truly like it. It was more crypto people just playing games, and it wasn't actually like taking off like games would. You know what I mean? And I think unfortunately, Axie Infinity kind of did a little bit of harm to what should have been this cycle, really actually good games coming out and actually doing well. And one of the things that I thought originally when PulseChain came out, I was thinking to myself, man, we gotta get some like game developers on here and start creating really good games. And then we did. We got a couple who are starting to create games on here, but I've been noticing that just crypto in general, the GameFi space is just not doing too well. There's only one that's kind of popping off right now. So
Nate, all I need is I need to find my dev who can help me create the ultimate rock, paper, scissors showdown. Every month there's a tournament on PulseChain, and then the winners get like NFT and Quattro Cinco Hex stakes as rewards. And then other than that, it's just a classic ba 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 ba. I'm telling you,
you gotta click as fast as possible. That's what you gotta do.
Not even that, but I think that the GameFi space is having an interesting, I don't want to call it a renaissance per se, but it's just a discovering or just evolution, which is that, like you said, the play to earn stuff in the past was kind of last cycle, whatnot. But what we're seeing now is that people are looking for, I guess, more game, less fi, so to speak, which is that you don't want just to be playing cookie clicker simulator that pays out NFTs or tokens or whatever. You want an actual game that has entertainment value that you are willing to play regardless of whether or not there is crypto attached to it. That just happens to be a benefit. I think we're starting to see that with some of the stuff coming out. Shrapnel's one. Illuvium is obviously the front runner right now. And then even Midnight Society with Dead Drop, although they have all the Dr. Disrespect unfortunate saga going on. But what you got, Will?
I was just gonna say on PulseChain they got Mafia.
Mafia's doing well. I'm ready for Pulse Wars to launch. I heard it's starting up in November, so folks, keep your eyes peeled for that one. But that is the other big one that I've heard about. What else we got?
Sigmund's got his the name of the game is it's escaping me right now. Sigmund, yeah.
Wonderwolf IO. Yeah.
Wonderwolf IO.
It's I forgot what the pitch is for the actual game. I want to say I think it's a Street Fighter-esque sort of dealio that's going on.
Yes, but that's another one. And yeah, no, he's in our group. He usually shows up on Whiskey Wednesday, and he's definitely developing it. And I think maybe we should take a little bit more of a look into it. I think I know for myself, on the Ascending Man channel, I'm definitely going to be going and taking a check at that, because I want to delve deep into it. And I'm kind of a nerd about like tokenomics and the actual projects themselves, hence why I created that channel to be able to do that with. But yeah, I don't know. We should definitely look more into it, I would say.
True. I think one of the big questions that people are going to solve this cycle when it comes to GameFi is the perfect blend or balance, or at least a better blend and balance of Web3 and Web2 development. What I mean by that is shout out to Thor of Pirate Media, Pirate Studios. He's a game dev and streamer who made Heartbound, and he talks about this. He says, like, there's very good things about Web3 development, but there's also downsides to it, which is that if you put your entire game structure and database on Web3, it's on blockchain, which means it's immutable and can never be rolled back. So theoretically, if there ever is a technical issue or like a scam or some sort of malfeasance, it's nearly impossible to roll it back, because you would effectively be rolling back an entire blockchain, which is not possible. So there are some benefits to being on Web 2, which is having control over it, to being on Web 3, which is blockchain. So certain things blockchain is good for, but other things it's not. And I think games are the perfect expression of that. And I think that personally, I'm not satisfied with the development of Dead Drop and just the level of polish and the actual gameplay and the mechanics of it. But that is one of the games in my mind that talks about how the game is a game, and then the actual like items and tools that you use in the game, which is just code, those are the things that are on blockchain that you as a user have the permissions and access to, and have the ability to do with it whatever you want. If you want to sell it, you can. If you want to trade it, you can. If you want to keep it and hoard it, you absolutely can. And it's all that part is on blockchain, which is immutable, but the game itself is an actual game engine which gets loaded into based on the Web3.
Here's the way that I heard that, right? This is how I interpreted that. So
is that too much jargon? I apologize.
No, not at all. Here, you'll understand as soon as I say this, okay?
All right, let's hear it.
So when you put video games onto the blockchain, because you can't roll it back, you need a complete project, which is the way that games have used, or at least used to have always been back in the golden era of gaming, right? When you would go to the store, buy a video game, and then you would plug it in and start playing. Physical CD, right?
No, and cartridge, baby. Blow on that thing.
Yeah, cartridge. Yes, Nintendo 64, babe.
Give it that chew. Blow on that thing.
Yo, for real. But then it moved into this whole internet-based streaming type of deal where it's like it's always being updated. It's a literal incomplete. Look at freaking Cyberpunk. Well,
Nate,
66 or whatever.
Live service games.
Live service games, yes. And Cyberpunk 2066, and it's like so broken you actually can't play the game, right? And then it's like, oh, but it's okay, we're gonna keep improving it. It's like, why am I paying full price for half a game? Right?
I've got it, Nate. I figured it out. You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, you sell a man a fish subscription, and then he enjoys fish for his whole life, and you lose all your money.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep paying for it, right?
But they can afford to buy different types of fish and, like, I don't know, figure out their fish catching process while they're earning all this passive income. It's not passive, but it's like, continuous income, as opposed to one product, one set of sales. People get bored, they do the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
True. Hey, I want to kick it over to Hexagon Lost in Asia.
Yeah.
I have heard that over in the Asian market, mobile gaming is absolutely king. Is gaming a big part of what's going on over there, or what?
Yeah, I see a lot of. I use public transportation. I use a train a lot here, and everybody's playing like the same game out here on their phone. Yeah.
What's the hotness right now? What's going
Pokemon
on?
I
Go?
don't even. I'll be honest. I don't even know what it's called. I'm not into it.
All right, fair
That's
enough. Fair enough.
hilarious.
Focused on other
Actually,
things,
I had a-
better things.
I had a question for you, Z. If we can redirect to Hex for a minute.
Dude, we will
mentioned
always
something.
redirect to Hex.
Always to Hex.
Yeah, you
Always
mentioned
to
something on
Hex.
live. Yeah, you mentioned something on live stream the other day, and I was like, wait, that's
Me?
me. Yeah, that's
Oh,
me.
God.
Like you, can you tell the story of like when you learned about Hex again? Was it like August of what?
Oh god, that was August of 2022.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
So
Me
if you
too.
recall, there's a good chance that you and I were probably in the same crypto mindset course going on then.
Yo, that's the exact same as me, Xena.
I think it was it Q3 2022 or something? I think that was my first one.
Q4, Q1, right?
Q4, Q1.
I missed that one, but I got
Oh, okay.
in March, and then I'm on like the spring summer rotation now. I mean, first and foremost, shout out to Charlie Miguel, Dollar Cost Crypto and Cultivate Crypto. Some good Hexicans out there. Like Miguel literally has the Hex Cat, the Hellcat with the Hex license plate, so he's good folks. But yeah, shoot, getting into Hex August of 2022. I remember this is well before PulseChain, but it was after the PulseChain sacrifice. The price of Hex was probably like 3 cents ish. And then that entire year, it kind of grinded down until New Year's. It hit about like 1.5 cents. And then that summer, it ran all the way up to 12 cents. And that was, Hex was actually one of my first crypto profits I ever made. I remember I sold Hex around like half of my Hex bag around 10 cents based on some of the chart indicators I was looking at. And then it turned out to be a top. And I reaped the rewards, and that was fantastic. And that honestly is the single moment that got me hooked on cryptocurrency, and specifically Hex. I just remember looking at that, and like my friends were like making fun of me and whatnot, and be like, "Oh, this Hex thing is just inflation." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." The whole staking thing, it makes sense. The CD on blockchain makes sense, and I made money on it. And I literally used that money to go to the crypto mindset meetup in Vegas that year. Like Hex paid for my trip. Hex paid for the entire thing.
Yep.
And that was just wild to think about. And that was one of those brain unlocking moments for me. And I've just been on it ever since. And it's pretty much all I want.
I saw Richard Hart on the Fresh and Fit show.
Yep.
And around that same time.
Yeah.
And
Same.
Pretty sure Miguel was on that one.
I
Miguel
probably
and
yeah,
Gary.
Miguel was there. And I probably did about literally 100 hours of research on Hex and the T-share, and I was hooked. I was done.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's wild. I remember like I didn't really know crypto at that time, but I certainly knew Fresh and Fit. And yeah, when he came on, I was like, hey, wait, isn't that one dude that Miguel guy, the dollar cost crypto guy, is always talking about? Because I used to watch John, right? And then they had the Crypto Tokyo show, and then I found Cultivate Crypto from there, dollar cost crypto from there, and then all of a sudden Richard Hart from Fresh and Fit. Man, just the connections are insane. The way that this stuff happens, isn't it?
It's very interconnected. And again, I think it comes back to community, which is that
The cult comes
it's-
back to the cult.
it's the cult, baby. It is. It's getting people encouraged and hyped up enough to start becoming streamers, start coming on the FN Hangout, and
Hey.
start doing all that stuff. And you just get immersed in it, and you don't want to stop because we call it the cult, but that is the joke, which is that the cult part is everyone surrounding it, but what's not a
Fist
cult
bump.
is the actual Jim Chan laundry. We gotta find some Hex equivalent, but the cult is the online presence part, and the community and the chatting and the IRL events and getting people together. That's that part of it. But the underlying fundamentals are not a cult. They are good underlying fundamentals that have not changed, will not change. If anything, it's an improvement on existing things like Bitcoin and Ethereum at this point. So it's hard to beat it. But when it comes to the live meetup stuff, yeah, it's just a group of like-minded individuals with a common goal, aka seeing this thing being proliferated and promoted and continue to make people millionaires, if not billionaires or whatever. That's what it is, man.
Delayed
That's the way I
gratification.
see it. That is the
Delayed
secret.
gratification, man.
That is the
Changed my
secret.
life.
Once you understand the T-shares, that is a level up moment. understanding T-shares is a level up, and then understanding the meta game of T-shares is the next level up moment, in my personal opinion. And I had a bit of that with Crispy, who's literally in the chat right now. He says 2040 T-shares now available. That's right. You can start getting T-shares for 2040. Imagine that. 2024 right now. That's like 16 years away, although it's technically like 15 and a half by the day count. But yeah, it's the T-share metagame is real. Hex is a cryptocurrency token. T-shares is the use case of that token. If you're not using T-shares, you're not truly embracing the full power of the token, and that's where you can really achieve those gains, in my personal opinion. Again, it's not financial advice. I just think that the T-shares is the actual use case here. Understanding that will really help you level up.
Yeah, here's one of the biggest things I would say about PulseChain and Hexicans in general. I think even like if you get super technical, you can start looking at T-shares and all that, and you're like, wow, this is really great. Let's go ahead and say that we're just, peanut brains over here, though. Okay, peanut brains. I don't really know what's going on, right? Okay, so exactly. Well, what the heck is it that people are doing this whole cycle? This whole cycle has been memes. Why? Because guess what? People just want to be a part of something. All right, and being a part of something, people just thought at first it's just memes, swapping JPEGs, swapping just freaking tickers back and forth. As it turns out, it's not actually that. Here's what it actually is. They join a group that makes them feel like they are connected to something. All right. And in being connected to something, you may or may not call that a cult. Probably not. It's probably just a friend group, right? A bunch of people who really like the thing. But here's the deal. What is that? At its core, it is the beginning of what you would call then a cult, because everybody believes in something. And once everybody starts believing in something, then that evolves into a religion of like, this is right. It's always correct. It's never wrong. This is the way. This is the light. And so then from there, what does that turn into? Well, it turns into what Bitcoin currently is now.
Yeah.
So what currently is the most likely next Bitcoin if you were to look at exactly how Bitcoin actually worked? Seriously, guys, think about it.
It's this.
As of right now, what's happening? What's happening right now
stuff, bro.
is
It's
literally
the same code. Same code.
Same code. It's literally the exact same thing as Bitcoin, only more useful. It's literally more useful. But the most important thing is the people making it something that just a group of people can get together with. And now, what are we? We're down 99.98%, and we're still sitting out here streaming. You still have streamers arriving, being like, hey, let me start streaming too. Degen Roundtable. and
shameless plug, right?
Shameless plug, by the way. We were literally down 99.98%, and we started a stream because we loved what we were doing to try and help out as many of you as possible, literally. And from there, we're just continuing on. And now think of this, right? We have all these red candles. Solana's going wild, right? And we're still way down. And then all of a sudden, bam, lots of life, because just a couple of small green candles, and everybody freaks out. So extremely noisy. Can you imagine what's going to actually happen in the next month when the real green candles start coming? Because we got a few, up 20%. Ooh, yay. And this is the way that I was kind of viewing this. Everyone's like, oh my God, everything is up, everything is green. Holy shit, right? And I'm sitting over here like, whatever. I'm waiting for the real green candles, because I'm telling you what, guys, as soon as that starts happening, you are going to hear so much noise out of PulseChain. And guess what? Nobody is going to be able to ignore it. Solana is not going to be going up because it's been going up for 12 straight months, right? It has to start going down. Okay. Obviously, I'm not saying it's the top, but it's going to start crashing. So when it starts going down and having some red candles, and then all of a sudden you've got like PulseChain going wild, and then all of you guys getting extremely loud, what the hell is going to happen? They're going to transfer. I'm going to tell you right now what happened was, as soon as the pump fund started going wrong on Solana, these people who are like the cabal or whatever, who were pumping the crap out of Solana because of the memes, actually moved over to Tron. They moved over to Tron because Tron started making more meme tokens, and then also green candles. Now, obviously, we don't want a cabal, ripping people off on PulseChain. However, I can tell you what, that's a ton of money, and that's a lot of trading. And if you are in something, if you own a piece of the casino where they're trading on PulseX, and it's buying and burning constantly, and guys, if you have your bag set already, who the hell cares about the fucking moon? We're going to Mars, guys.
Richard made a post about it today.
Eh?
The coin only gets rarer.
That's
Exactly.
true. I will say, I know in the past, like earlier this year, a lot of people were talking about the PDI to $1 narrative. But my personal favorite narrative was when we had this most recent pump over the last month. There was a point where we were trying to figure out: are we gonna burn 1 billion PulseX first, or are we gonna hit 1 cent Hex? And I like that one personally. I think that this last month and a half has really shown, with some like beautiful poetry, which is that Hex is the one that is pumped the hardest. And I think there's something well deserving out of that. What that means is that people are getting into it, or they're purchasing it in some way, shape, or form. And again, it goes back to the beautiful poetry, which is that everything was created to make Hex better. And Hex is the one right now that is the darling. I like to see it. I also understand that every token is going to have its day in the sun, but right now it's Hex's, and I hope that there are many, many more days in the sun for Hex, because at the end of the day, I think it all does come back to the T-share a little bit. Like, yep. PulseChain's cool. It's a great platform to build on. PulseX is very cool. The buy and burn function is revolutionary. Incentive token is cool. It's a very scarce resource that only goes up and has the ability to pump as well due to the scarcity and the liquidity of it. And then eHex, I think, is also cool because I think it's kind of forgotten right now. And there are people that have built on eHex, whether it's Hedron Icosa over on the Ethereum side, or whether it's all of the Maximus DAO tokens that are still some of the most efficient ways to maintain T-shares on the eHex side of the house. And the super low liquidity, I think it's something not to sleep on, because it can surprise you, and I think it will. But overall, like, the ecosystem's doing great right now, even rolling up to the greatest showdown that it's ever had, which is going to be in Brooklyn on October 31st with the SEC. Granted, we're not going to get resolution probably for a month or two when the decision comes down on whether to dismiss or not to dismiss, but this is a bit of a pivotal moment, and going into it, I feel damn good. I feel very, very good.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end on this high note. We're talking about Hex. We're talking about bright prospects. We're talking about all the excellent things that we expect to come in the future. None of this stuff that's on this show is financial advice. This is all valuable entertainment. We're all just shooting the shit, having fun. And I will say that I quite love Hex. I quite love the T-shares. I quite love what's going on. I personally hope that the case does not get dismissed, so that way we can spank the SEC in court and get some real precedent set. So that way, the balls of the government are cut off from underneath it. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that it's time for us to go ahead and wrap up the show. So what we're going to do is we're going to go round robin, and we're going to give final thoughts and talk about where the folks can find you and what you got coming up in the near future. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up the show. Starting with Zenith, it looks like you've got a thought, broski. Where can the folks find you, and what's on your mind?
Folks, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ZenithDI. That is where you can find me. Other than that, head over to the Degen Roundtable Telegram. You can @ me, Will, Nate. I'm pretty sure Hexagon Lost in Asia is there too. If you want to ask us any questions, hit us up in there. Other than that, thank you so much for showing up tonight. And we got to do it one more time. Mrs. Producer, if you don't mind pulling up the screen share, we got to sell some tickets, baby. Like, there's only so many tickets left. The VIP dinner already sold out. The Richard Hart hearing, you got our RSVP to. Mrs. Producer, what you got?
I could do you one better. It's on their channel directly. I can just play it from here.
Whoa, I wasn't going to go for that. I was going to go for the link itself, but we can also do that one too to close out the stream. Yeah, so folks, October 31st, it's a Thursday, Halloween. Be there in Brooklyn, 2 p.m. Eastern time, business formal. Be prepared to be respectful, be kind of quiet. You're just there to observe. You're there to be part of it and show support. The more people that show up in person, the better. After that, Friday, that's party day. Friday is party day. Keep that in mind. We have the PulseChain conference going on the entire day, a stacked lineup of speakers. And after that, we have the VIP dinner. And I'm sure I've been to a couple of these events, or actually more than a couple at this point. But I know Hexicans like to party. So Friday night, New York City, it's going down, man. Be there or be square. Hang out with the community, get pictures with everybody, and just have a good time. That's what we're all about. That's what I got. Well, Hexican Lost in Asia. My man, what do you have going on, and where can the folks find you?
Yeah, not much. Just follow me at Twitter, Lost in Asia, where I post Richard Hart and Hex related info. Not much. That's it. That's all I got.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us, broski. Mr. McGettit, Nate McGettit, where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on in the near future?
Hey, yeah, so I do have a show on my own channel. It's going to be for the Genny project and all that. That's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be Tuesday, 6 Central Time. However, yeah, so absolutely follow me on my Twitter. I put out as much information as I possibly can to help you guys be able to make a ton of money. And frankly, the majority of the time I'm posting about Hex and things like that. I got a couple of posts on there, especially when it comes to the others chart. The others chart has to do with you take out Bitcoin, you take out the top 10 alts, and it's just like, this is the real alt season, right? This is the real alts, aka PulseChain, Hex, all those, which ones are going to take off. You'll be able to follow along there. It's time. Like Access Alive has been posting that. He's been looking at my stuff or reposting my my posts, and yeah, he thinks it's really good information. I try to get as much as I possibly can out there. I'm trying to help you guys as much as possible. So yeah, go give me a follow. Other than that, yeah, look forward to us on Sunday. We're going to have our flagship show. I'm not going to be on that show, but this is going to help you kind of get a view into what is actually going on in the broad spectrum market, the macros. And so yeah, if you want to be able to understand like where everything is kind of going, where the sentiment in the crypto world space is, go ahead, catch us on Sunday. Mrs. McGettit, where can people find you?
Okay. Hi. You can find me in the Degen Roundtable Telegram. Sorry, I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to come to me next, but I wasn't. Can you guys hear me? Okay, there we go.
Yes.
This, for some reason on this side, it doesn't show like the little gray bubble around my thing that says shows I'm talking. So I keep thinking that I'm not being heard. But yes, Degen Roundtable Telegram. I believe, yeah, all of us are in there. So if you want to get a hold of any of us, you can do it in there. Nate already said we've got the Sunday show coming up, so that'll be fun. And then, yeah, I mean, if you want to know what's going on with the DRT, join our Telegram. We got it all in there. And Will, go for it.
Yes. So for the folks at home, you guys can find me from all of my socials are findable from my Pulse domains. It is will.pls.fyi. Other than that, I look forward to seeing each and every one of you that's going to be joining me over in New York for the hearing, and then also at the PulseChain conference in Las Vegas next March. It's been a great time. I appreciate every one of you guys spending your time here, your valuable time with us here on this FN Hangout. We have a saying over on the Degen Roundtable where we know that time is your most precious asset, and we appreciate you investing it here right here with us. I have to change the copywriting because I'm reading the Degen Roundtable script. But ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the FN Hangout. My name is Will Stevenson. Mrs. Producer, go ahead and get that trigger finger ready. We're going to play that advertisement on our way out. It's time to remind the folks at home to remember to Degen responsibly.
After the judge left, the Richard Hart lawyers, they approached the other lawyers and like shoulders up, chest up, approached them, and the SEC lawyers, hands in the pocket, slouching, like oh man, we're about to get jumped type of thing. Yeah, that type of vibe. This was Patrick too. The guy I felt like was the leader. He walked to the other, like right in front of the other two guys. He goes, fellas, you have no case here. We're gonna win. Like, as Patrick approached me before I went to the elevator, and he was like, oh, are you one of those Hex guys? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm a Hexican. I'm here just to see what's going on and just report to the community what's going on. And he's like, no, that's great. He's like, what I wish you guys could do? I wish you guys would bring more people. It's important to show support, and it's important to show like this matters. It's not just a bunch of strangers online. When they see people in the courthouse, it shows like these are real humans that you're affecting. These are real people that you're going after, And And you know, it's important for the judge to see, and the lawyers too, to see these people. He goes, look, man. He's like, we got this. We're gonna win this. He's like, we got this. Like, don't you worry about it. He's like, just make sure you bring the, you know, the pack, like bring people next time. He's like, it's important, you know, to do these things. Be respectful. Show that you care. Show, you know, if you're an investor or you care about this or this means something to you, like, you know, show like it's your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna show and represent your business. No matter what happened the past 3-4 years we've been in Hex, like, I felt like that moment was part of history, right? Years later, I could be like, oh man, I knew this was gonna happen. I was there, you know, like, you know, a Hexican was there, like somebody was there to witness it, you know? It's not, we just read on paper, you know? It does matter. Like, they even recommended to do it. Like, it really helps, you know? So if you're gonna show up, show up.